best it's ever looked. They've also done extensive renovations, extended those boundaries by about 4 to 5 metres, put the retaining fence back. But the charm of this ground, you spoke about the passion here, it is quite something. That will be a wide outside the off stump. One of the great things about competitions like this is the inaugural edition, but opportunities for hometown officials as well. There's plenty of experience internationally. Got Durganatsu Bedi there. He is standing and he's joined by his colleague at square leg. That's Vinay Kumar Jha. Beautifully bowled, shape on offer. And there he is, HD, Vinay Kumar Jha. It's a great thing, isn't it, to have the hometown umpires get their chance to shine too.
I hope they're not listening, but they're under a little bit of pressure here because they don't have the added advantage that some of the big international umpires have in some of these other tournaments where they can go to DRS. DRS is not available, so their decisions will be the ones that matter.
Into the leg side, it'll just be a single despite the roars of the crowd. Our third umpire, BJ Shinwari, as well. And there, well, is a fever pitch coming, and the reason for that, just in case you're wondering, HD, Martin Guptill will come on to strike now.
I'm glad you're giving Martin Guptill the credit. I mean, I just think that those in attendance are just cheering every single run as if it's a massive event. I mean, if you just walk into this ground and you've never been here before, you would have thought that that previous delivery went out the ground. But it is Guptill. And there is a little bit of swing that he's got to contend with.
And an anticlimactic from the crowd. End of the first, 6 for none.
Himstar for a complete home. Siddhartha Rewards. यसमा points छ. Siddhartha Bank. सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Light Super Light. Pond Super Light Gel. With hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Big moment for cricket in Nepal.
Not only for the country and for Nepal, but the players themselves. You know, a lot of these players not globally recognized, but they will be once this tournament is complete. And so added incentive to produce the goods for your side. Who knows, you get snapped up to play in another league here, another league there. You become a household name and your life changes forever.
One of the stars of the national side, Lalit Rajbanshi, will open the bowling from the pavilion end of the ground. And immediately he strikes. It's the first wicket, and it goes to Lalit Rajbanshi, his trademark celebration. 2 fingers pointed to the sky, and she says, that's out.
Well, in this day and age, no player likes to have a look first. But he might have been better served to just have a little look, because the surface is a little bit on the slowish side. It's dry, and it just holds ever so slightly. He's through the stroke. And Rajbanshi has the first one. So it is Bam, Rakesh Bam, who goes for 5. It's 6 for 1.
Well, that's the way to start your Nepal Premier League campaign if you're Lalit Rajbanshi. A wicket from his very first delivery bowled in it, and it's the first wicket of the tournament. It will bring the captain of Oman to the crease, Akib Ilyas, a fine all-rounder. Many will think of his batting, particularly in the ODI format, but his bowling is something to watch here, HD. Liam Livingstone-esque off spin and leg spin. He also does something really I've only ever seen Chris Gayle do. That's not hit the ball like Chris Gayle, HD. That's wear sunglasses when he's batting. It is bright, it is glary. He's a unique character, but he's very talented, Akib Ilyas.
Just sliding down the leg side. I saw Richie Richardson do it many, many years ago, but he went one better than everyone, is that he went in with sunglasses and a floppy hat. It's not a bad shout.
He also plays a unique shot, HD. I'm not sure if you've seen this one. He plays the wrong foot sweep shot. So he will put his right foot, his back foot, in front of his left foot, get out in front of it, and then kind of sweep it behind square. Very interesting approach and method. He'll get a quick single to get off the mark. Despite the direct hit, I think he's safely home.
Just going back to those sunglasses, I was standing out there earlier on before the players made their way onto the field, and there is quite a heavy glare out there with the game starting around midday. Safely home. So I can understand why Ilyas decides to wear those sunglasses. None for Guptill.
Yeah, he's very active on social media as well, HD. Loves a poster too, does Akib. Side edge saves Guptill. Now, one thing that cricket in Nepal is known for, not just its passion, HD, its quality of spin bowling, and particularly its left-arm spinners. I've described them as an army of left-arm spinners here in Nepal. And if you're the #1 left-arm spinner in the country, like Lalit Rajbanshi, you need to be very good. And he is excellent. He challenges the inside edge with a lack of spin, but he's incredibly accurate. He's caused all sorts of problems in his first over, including the first wicket. The Kings, 7 for 1.
Tapaiको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Banking sector मा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ बैंकले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Daniel Sa, who is captaining instead of Asif Sheikh. The biggest and best names in cricket in Nepal, all absolute regulars in the national team. They're the 8 skippers. This one's steered away behind point. It'll just be a single.
Well, I haven't seen a lot of the local players. I was fortunate enough to do some work at the Asian Games in Hangzhou a couple of years ago, where the captain of the Royals, Dipendra Singh Ari, managed to get half century of just 9 deliveries when Nepal owned that world record of the most runs in a T20 international. I don't think it belongs to them anymore. It's a big call, but I think it might have disappeared a few weeks ago.
Well, HD, you know my badgery for cricket. You're always on the money. I'd let you know if not. Zimbabwe it was that broke it against Gambia. That was in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup qualifier, sub-regional B. Gambia ranked in the 90s in the world, taking on the full member. They were hammered around the ground for 344 by Zimbabwe in that game, breaking the 314 that Mongolia posted. You're right about Dipendra Singh Ari's record, though. It'll never be broken. It's impossible. It's 9 balls, 50 runs. And the hometown DJ just playing that victory song that is always sung after every single game that Nepal win. I think he maybe anticipated the fielding change. Hopefully he'll allow play to continue. One of the things, HD, I think that they've done so well here for this inaugural NPL, they've spread the teams right across the country. So this is a kind of derby of the two easternmost sides, if you will. Both Biratnagar and Janakpur right down on the border. And something that they've done in the build-up to this tournament, all of the teams have gone back to where they're from originally. So the Biratnagar Kings, for example, they've had a series of talent identification camps across Janakpur, across the Koshi province. The same for the Janakpur Bolts, and you can see all the way from east to west out towards the far west. Sudhir Pashim have done a great job at identifying where the hotbeds of cricket are and then putting those teams in place. Just have a break in play here, HD. I'm not altogether too sure why, but it's a gorgeous country, isn't it? What are your first impressions of it?
Well, I was devastated that my flight was delayed out of Singapore, so I actually only landed here in Kathmandu in darkness. And I was really hoping to get a bird's eye view, but I'll have a look when I'm on the way out, but that isn't a long time. That is at the conclusion of this event. But so far, I mean, very welcoming. The people have been amazing.
They're the friendliest people you'll meet in your entire life. And their love for cricket as Ilyas slips, but it won't cost him the single. Well, it's unrivaled. It dominates the national agenda. Nothing unites this country like the fortune of the men's and women's national teams. They've done better than they've ever done. You saw, I know your heritage as an ex-South African player, you saw how close they pushed South Africa in that World Cup. They're not the finished article yet at the international level, but the potential very much there in a big way.
That's just what they've become renowned for, is they've caused upsets in virtually every sort of global competition that they've played in. I mean, I came across Nepal as a cricketing nation many years ago when I opened up a newspaper in South Africa, and Nepal had beaten the South African under-19 team in an under-19 World Cup. And since then, sort of had a look at results going forward. But they've produced some world-class players already.
The other thing they're known for, HD, is drama. Now, their national team is nicknamed the Cardiac Kids. The reason why the blood pressure monitors go through the roof when the national team is playing. Anything can happen. And certainly, think of the national team, you think of the drama that they bring. I think we're going to see the same in the NPL. I think it's going to be the exact same. And this man, I have been badgering you for years, haven't I, about how great Nepal is. I'm so glad you're here to experience it in person.
A few days ago, I would have said you're under pressure, but having spent a few hours here, you're not under any pressure anymore.
And for those who don't know HD, former test player for South Africa, former captain of Leicester County Cricket Club, broadcasts all around the world. We were also on call together, weren't we, for that under-19 World Cup when Nepal beat Afghanistan. You talk about drama. That was drama there. Dev Canal, oh, we went through the ringer that day, the roller coaster of emotions. Guptill will keep the strike. It's been a cautious start for him. 11 for 1.
Himsta for a complete home.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
It's a potential order, not necessarily the set order. Macy, Bami Magar at number 4. Nicholas Curtin is someone for me who could have a big tournament. He's a fine player, and left-handers are going to be key in this competition with the abundance of left-arm spin that will be bowled. Guptill certainly taking some time to acclimatise here.
Well, it's his first trip to Nepal as well, Martin Guptill, so he'll just want to have a little feel of how the surface plays. Yeah, that game you were talking about that we were on air together, Nepal won in that tight finish. You presented me with a ducker topi that day, and I still have it, and I'm apologizing for not bringing it with me, but there's a very good reason why. Is I'm in the process of building a new home in Perth, Australia, and so 90% of my stuff, if you would call it that, has gone into storage, and the topi has gone in there as well until I can move into my new home, and then it will emerge again.
There is that wrong foot sweep shot I was talking about. Very unique. Aki Vilias owns that stroke. H, all I'm hearing is excuses. Excuses as to why you didn't bring it. The good news, though, I just can't believe you haven't been given one yet. You usually get greeted by someone at the airport putting a scarf around your neck and the topi on your head. I'll find you one of the coming days.
Hit him outside the line of off stump.
Guptill goes down the ground, not exactly where he intended. Kind of skews off a bit of an inside edge, really. Must be a single. I think one of the things I'm so excited about for this competition, there's a lot of associate talent here, but also maybe an introduction for the likes of Martin Guptill, who has played, like you said, in every league around the world, as to how good associate cricket is, how good cricket in Nepal is. These full member stars, HD, I don't think they're going to have it all their own way throughout this NPL.
No, they very seldom do when they go to the various leagues that they go and play it, when they come across different surfaces, different types of bowlers. Not an easy man to hit over mid-off, Rajbanshi. Not at the moment, because the ball's just sort of gliding on to middle and leg rather than holding and turning.
That's much more like it, and that gets the biggest roar of the day thus far. One bounce, 4, and Guptill almost a punch of gloves in relief. 4 ball, 19 for 1.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Don't they? Clipped into the leg side. Yeah, it's about 64 metres out there, and Ilyas will canter back for a couple.
I said that Rajbanshi was difficult to hit over long off. This is the area that Guptill will be looking to go over long on, because he's not turning it away from the right-hander, just drifting it into the right-hander, so almost hitting it with the swing rather than with the spin.
Yeah, medium pace, maybe a little more than that. Historically here, HD, at this venue, that tends to be what can go the distance. You've got express pace, you can go right. You'll need to have all your tricks of the trade. It's the first time that we've seen high-level cricket played at the extended facility, so the boundaries are bigger. We heard the captains talk about 160 to 190. That's quite a broad range, isn't it? We have seen 200 gone past here at plenty. Jan Nicol Lofty-Eaton of Namibia scored the fastest T20I ton. When you get in and you get set, you can really cash in here with that altitude. About 1,450 metres, although you were at pains to tell me it's not as high as Johannesburg.
It actually shocked me. It actually shocked me, and I think it's because associate Nepal with Mount Everest, so you just think it's in the clouds. But no, not quite as high as Johannesburg. High enough.
City that loves its dance and its music. That is beautifully bowled, beats the outside edge. Just a little bit of shape. Hasn't quite been the run fest we necessarily expected, but I suspect the ground staff have maybe left a little bit of grass on there just to keep these pitches together.
Late swing as well. Does it traditionally get easier to score or tougher to score here?
Always easier. So you'll see captains tend to want to win and bowl first, know what they're chasing down. Particularly if you look at the tournament going forward, we'll have double headers. Good tumbling stop at mid-off, keeps it to just a single. I think the toss in the morning game will be very big, but I even think come the afternoon matches through those double headers, we'll tend to see captains want to bowl first.
Yeah, more when the ball gets older. That's when, does it get tougher to score when the ball gets older, or is it easier to score?
It's a kind of funny place. It's somewhere where if you get in, you cash in. So I don't think the hardness of the ball will adjust too much, particularly in T20. Maybe in ODIs, sometimes it can get a little trickier, but tends to be nicely played. Not where he intended, wanted to get it over his left shoulder. It goes over his right. 4 more, 5 have been bowled, 27 for 1.
As it continues, Lalit Rajvanshi has been brilliant this morning. A wicket of his very first delivery, has bowled a very tidy line and length. What an occasion here for Nepal cricket and their fans. What a moment. What a time to be as well in this part of the world. Electric, incredible atmosphere. Yeah, the surface certainly gripping a bit, but he gets some pace on it and finds the gap as well. Guptill has been quiet, but he's decided to break the shackles. Just the right time to say hello and good afternoon to Sridhar and Sriram as well.
Hello, Mikhail. What a scene we're witnessing. This is history in the making for Nepal. Inaugural Nepal Premier League. Yeah, it was short. Guptill got the hang of the pace of the wicket and put it away beautifully. He's taken his time, Martin Guptill. 13 or 15. He's looking dangerous.
He's chipped this one in the air, and that goes just over mid-on. He gets some fingers on it in hand and drops the pace, not really, and that trickles away as well. Signs of aggression here, and 4 signaled as well. Back-to-back boundaries here for Biratnagar Kings.
Yeah, back-to-back boundaries for Guptill as well. Goes to 17 of 16. This is the last over of the power play. He'd want to take full toll of it. It's never easy bowling 3 overs on the trot for Lalit Rajvanshi, but he's doing a good job. Just chipped. Almost he would have had his heart in his mouth. Just was able to clear mid-on and trickled away into the boundary. Welcome boundary again for Biratnagar Kings. 35. Can they get up to the 40 mark at the end of power play?
Yeah, he's come out with some intent. Guptill has been quiet. That was a very good 4 as well. The Super 4 is powered by NCL. We'll see a lot many in the coming days and the big hits as well. There again. Looks to go big. In the gap. And they'll come back for the second. This is turning out to be the best and the most productive over here for the Biratnagar Kings.
The mid-off had come in, the long on had dropped back after that boundary. Rajavanshi not getting a lot of turn, it's more of the angle. The lack of timing saved Guptill. Last ball of the power play. 37 for 1, the Kings.
That's firmly struck once again. They'll steal a single towards mid-off. Shy at the stumps at the bowler's end. Good bit of work in the field. End of the power play as well. It's been even Stevens. After 6, it's 38 for 1.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
In this part of the world, as we see a change in bowling, it's going to be Mohammad Mohsin. Some right arm off break. 2 right-handed batters. This will be a very good contest. Looks to go big there again, in the gap, and that'll go for a 4. Just playing and going with the turn, and that fetches a boundary as well. Guptill is teeing off in fine style.
He's got through the power play. He's got his eye in as well. Martin Guptill is looking to open out here. Actually bowled leg spin, Mohammad Mohsin. It said off spin, but this was a leg spinner first up from him. Born in Peshawar. Another leggy. Plies his trade in the USA. Played for Texas Super Kings. It's a great another opportunity for Mohammad Mohsin.
Yeah, they'll have to be a little careful here, Janakpur bowls. They've begun well, got a wicket in the second over. After that, this partnership now is just about growing. Got 37 runs and 31 deliveries. Down the leg side, half-hearted appeal, rather muted one.
It's been a tough wicket to start on. Got some swing early. Lokesh Bams went 1 for 1 too many and found himself bowled very first ball. Martin Guptill continuing on his merry way. 26 of 22 now. Rajvanshi, good to start off. But a few boundaries towards the end of the power play got them to 38. Most notable being Martin Guptill. A bit of turn. Darren Offie.
Yeah, you were at the surface, Sriram, some time back. You're seeing some turn early on as well. You reckon it's going to get better for the spinners as this game progresses? Look at that. That turned a bit, got some bounce too.
Well bowled from Mohammad Mohsin. I agree. It was a little bit sticky. So maybe a bit of dampness early on. Will get some spin. 46 for 1.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
अब सिद्धार्थ बैंकको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस्. सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Look at that. Crowd still turning out in large numbers, waiting for their turn to get in. And the atmosphere and the vibe is electric and incredible as well. This is the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2024, powered by NCL. And watch out for this man, Tulmagar. Comes with a bit of mystery. And he's the left-arm leg spinner. Very fine, talented bowler. And a lot of his action resembles Kuldeep Yadav's as well. That's why it'll be interesting to see how he turns up against two very fine batters who are in very fine nick.
Interesting. Tulmagar played for the Lumbini province under 19s. So what an opportunity to bowl to somebody like a Martin Guptill, who's not on strike now, but it's Ilyas. But I'm very eagerly looking forward.
Yeah, quickly getting into position there. Never easy for a youngster, Sri, to get going against two accomplished batters.
A great test of his character. Can he get through this? Tul Magar, 18 years of age.
That one kept a little low.
Really a bit of Kuldeep Yadav. The way he starts off. Watched him a lot on TV.
A shot and wide, protection in the deep. Nicely fielded. Will keep it to 1. Interesting action, Sri, Tul Magar.
Yeah, very, very interesting. And this is something Kuldeep used to do earlier as well. Very similar, slightly angular run-up. One thing he can definitely work on is that front arm not dropping off early. That's something Kuldeep used to do as well, and that's something he's done really well of late. Get more pace on the ball, get more revs if he does that. A terrific start for Tul Magar here.
It's been a wonderful setup as well, and the manner in which the teams have come together, having a local iconic player, a marquee player, giving the youngsters many under-19s and young guns of Nepal cricket been given a go. What an occasion, an outing on a platform. Much better this time, finding his radar.
A bit of spin as well. He's got 2 inside the circle on the leg side. Just got a backward point. He's got no short third man or a point. It opens up the reverse sweep. Will Guptill go for it? Last ball of the 8th over. Good over so far from Tul.
This one's played towards covers. Has plenty of bat on it to race away for a 4. The 50 comes up as well for Biratnagar Kings, courtesy that boundary. And this is a good start as well. After over number 8, it's 53 for 1.
DHI happier home. छुट्टै छ है Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Yeah, spin from both ends. Nawson conceded 7 in his first. So important to just find that length early on, Sri.
Yeah, wrist spin from both ends, which is very interesting.
This could be close. The finger goes up. Mawson strikes. Ilyas has to depart. And this is the big break as well. That was straight. And that was hitting middle.
Something had to give for Ilyas. 18 balls for just 15. He had to make a move. And he tried the conventional sweep. He usually sweeps with the wrong foot. But this time it was quite conventional. The umpire had the conviction to give him out. And Ilyas's innings comes to an end. Didn't seem very happy with the decision though. But he's got to go. 15 of 18. It's 53 for 2 after 8.2.
At the stroke of 50, Biratnagar Kings losing Aqib Ilyas. Mawson striking in his second over. Good contest here between bat and ball. Each time, the Kings have looked to unleash a barrage of hits. The wickets have come by. Nicholas Curtin. This man can certainly pack a punch in the middle. A strike rate of 120, 250s for him. Captain of Canada, best of 69 versus Netherlands. He'll have a job to do in the middle. And he's off the mark with a single towards mid-wicket.
here because of this. Ilyas had to make a move. Consuming balls, we're not getting the boundaries. Went for that hard sweep. It looked like an inside edge to me, Mikhail. Probably considered himself a bit unlucky, but the umpire had no doubts in his mind.
Yeah, Durganath Subedi, the umpire there. No hesitation whatsoever in raising that index finger.
A good variety of deliveries here. Mohammad Mohsin is bowled the wrong one. He's bowled the one comes out of the front of the hand. That was this delivery, the previous one. Plus Kriton.
Bowling.
Him reminds me of Nicholas Puran. Can he do a Nicholas Puran here?
So many namesakes and like-to-likes. Shri? Look at that for a delivery. Has eked out an edge. They believe there was something on the way to the slips. But Subedi says, let's move on with the game. This has been a very fine second over by Mohsin. A wicket and 2 runs coming off it. 9 gone. 55 for 2.
DHI happier home. Today sahe. Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Tapay ko asli energy. Red Bull. Asli nerozum.
Well, the Viratnagar Kings certainly had a good passage of play between 4 to 8, 4 to 9 as well. Just losing their way in that last over, losing Aqib Ilyas. That partnership came in very handy as well between Aqib Ilyas and Martin Guptill. Day 1, match 1. What a spectacle, what a carnival we are in store. Another bowling change, 6th bowling option used. Harsh Thakur. Look at that for economy, 6.16 in T20s and a best of 4 for 20. 29 wickets to his kitty.
As soon as the left-hander comes into the crease, the off-spinner comes in. He's from Canada as well. He would have bowled Nicholas Kriton before. They must know each other pretty well. Harsh Thakur.
Now you sense Viratnagar Kings are a little tentative and very unlike Guptill innings over here, out of his character. Shri, your thoughts?
Projected score. Can they get to 150 from here? That'll depend a lot on Guptill playing shots like that. Yeah, it was short and it took full toll, Martin Guptill. Yeah, the off-spinner is a good matchup for him. Can he take him on? I think if the Kings are to get to 150, Guptill's got to play a big knock. He's well set. 30 balls he's played. Yeah, it was short. Perfectly hit in the gap. He had the time, but very, very well executed. Super Force powered by NCell 4G.
That's got the leading edge as well. That'll run away towards the third man boundary. Work to do for the fielder. Gives up the chase. 2 boundaries in a row. And Viratnagar Kings won't be complaining over here. That's another Super 4 powered by NCell 4G.
Back-to-back boundaries for Guptill. He's taking on his matchup. This time was very clever. He allowed the ball to come. Just sort of allowed it to run off the face. There was no shot third man, remember. It was a short mid-wicket to save the single.
He's picking his spots at the moment. And this is turning out to be another very good over. 9 runs so far in the first 5 deliveries of Thakur's first. And Guptill's into his 40s as well.
Yeah, the off-spinner is important because of the left-hander at the crease. But now he's getting to bowl to Nicholas Kriton. But it's the last ball of his over. 9 of this over so far. Does he have a slip? I'd like to see him have a slip though. He doesn't. Can he finish the over off?
Goes for the reverse. Does not quite connect it. Very audacious from Curtin very early in his innings. Facing only his 4th delivery. Done with over number 10 at the halfway stage. Viratnagar Kings put into bat a 65 for 2.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है. Wishing you all a happier home.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
फसे नि हेर बाहिर यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ भयो नि हाले इजी
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश. यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Himstar for a complete home.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Sign of things to come in this inaugural Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ncell. Let's get a look at Martin Guptill's boundaries thus far. Still no sixes, remarkably, on this opening day. Plenty of fours, though, and every single four that is hit is going to power 4 education kits for school children, powered by the Ncell Foundation. Now, that's the impact, the legacy that the NPL will leave. For the occasional moment of fortune as well. But with all his experience, he's relied upon that to drive a pretty good start for the Biratnagar Kings. I've got HD Ackerman alongside me again. HD, Kevin O'Brien, the head coach, will be satisfied but not overly pleased with the start.
What he will be pleased about is that Guptill's still at the wicket. He is the danger man. Half a shout. Interesting for me was that there was a couple of boundaries that Guptill hit on the offside. One was an outside edge, the other a square cut. But the other 5 were all sort of smears away on the leg side, which indicates that the surface is just a little on the slow side. And so, going back to your point about Kevin O'Brien, I think he'll look at this score and say, well, if we can get around 140, 150, that would be a very good total here. I think 160, 170 is a big ask. Unless, of course, Guptill gets going. Now Curtin finds the boundary.
That was a poor delivery, wasn't it, HD? That was a real drag down. Mohammed Mohsin got that major league cricket experience in the United States where he's had great success, but this, well, it was an old-fashioned long hop, really. I was saying to you off-air, HD, the 4 overseas players for Biratnagar in terms of run scoring going to be so critical, particularly if Lokesh Bam doesn't get a score. I rate Nicholas Curtin incredibly highly. He was outstanding at the T20 World Cup for Canada, and he's someone who I think could have a big tournament. Be interesting to see the projected scores there, HD, just at the bottom of your screen. To get to 160, they'd really have to go some, wouldn't they? About 10 and over from here. But if Guptill's still there in the 20th, probably get that. Good finish from Mohsin. He's bowled lots of dots. This time it'll be a couple into the leg side. Good running. Curtin is ever so quick. 11 overs in the books. 72 for 2.
Tapaico, Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Nerozo.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
partnerships thus far. 47 it was worth between Aki Vilias and Martin Guptill on your screens there, but now Curtin and Guptill are building something. This will be a fascinating battle, won't it? Canada to Canada, Harsh Thacker to Nicholas Curtin.
Another good cricketer, Harsh Thacker. Well, Curtin's just sort of reaching the prime years as a batter. He's 26 years of age. And I think that your prime years as a batter is around 27, 28, getting into those early 30s, and then start to slide ever so slightly. But he will just start to get an understanding of how to construct an innings in all the formats, how to put a chase together. So I agree with you, the potential's always been there, but it's almost as if just in recent times he's just started to find himself as a batter.
Well, that's been based around HD from chatting to him. He's completely revolutionised his diet, his fitness, his training structure. He's so fit and strong now. That one just skids on. Batters have been getting beaten on the inside edge continuously. You can see the athleticism. It's really professionalised. The GT20 has helped that. I know that's a competition you've been there for. Nepal, think about all the struggles they had there at Cricket World Cup League 2 in King City in Toronto. They just couldn't get better and get past Canada despite how well they played.
Nutrition there, and just the way you look after yourself, and Curtin is at the wicket with someone that depicts a great professional. Martin Guptill, 38 years old, the condition that he's in, I mean, he can keep going the level that he's playing at.
Protection out on the leg side means it will only be a single. Guptill will have the strike. Still one to come after that one.
That's it.
See there, the projected score is HD. Is 140 going to be enough? I suppose that's the question. Kevin O'Brien, the head coach, would like more than that, at least 150. Cleans him up. The battle of the Canadians. Harsh Thacker smiles and gives him a pat on the back. He gets the better of his national team captain as the bolts strike.
Well, this can be the issue when you're looking for too big a total. Is that Curtin has obviously decided he needs to get on with things, and that the total that the Kings are looking for is around that 160, 170 mark. And so Perish is in the cause. He's looking to go over mid-on. It's almost a wild swing, and Harsh Thacker does get the better of his countryman. Curtin goes for 9, 76 for 3.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Well, listen to this. Now, HD, I'm going to teach you about the Nepali music too. That one there, Man Mangan. It's one of the most popular songs going around. When that rings out across the TU, everyone gets involved. They have great music here, I promise you. Every cafe you walk into, down the little cobbled streets of Lalitpur, Kathmandu, there'll inevitably be somebody playing live music. It's generally very good. They transition between Nepali and English seamlessly. Down the ground, is this the moment? Oh, yes it is, the first maximum. We've had to wait. But Guptill starts in some style with the first Siddhartha Bank 6. And gets to 50 in that real style.
The superstar delivers. He knew when he hit it. As he hit it, he knew it was out the ground. Mike just over pitches, and it's just a flip of the wrists, really. No big flourish from Guptill. He's strong enough, he's good enough. He's underway.
Interesting move to get Ben Mike back in at this stage, just when the spinners looked as though they had a real stranglehold on the game. Should they just have bowled Mohammed Mohsen out? Let him bowl his 4 on the bounce.
Sometimes captains do that, don't they? They have a plan in mind before play, and they just end up running with that plan. But the beauty about the game of cricket is that it can unfold very differently to what your initial plan is. Bashir Ahmed, left-hander.
A really gritty cricketer. He's kind of nuggety, very much an out-and-out all-rounder. Won't hit big HD, but he'll work it for 1s and 2s. Can slog sweep the spinners as well. I think O'Brien, the head coach of the Kings, has probably got a bit of flexibility in this middle order. So with Curtin being the one dismissed, he's gone with another left-hander to replace him. His job for now will be to get Guptill onto strike. Had to get moving there. He's come into the crease because of this dismissal. Let's see what Curtin was trying to do, but another batter is beaten on the inside edge, HD.
There hasn't been a great deal of turn. Maybe a lack of pace is what's doing these batters. But with Curtin and Guptill having both got themselves in, they were always going to take it on. If one gets out, well, that's fine. Then the other's got to just keep going.
Now, massive appeal, but is it just angling down? The signal will be interesting here, HD. Because I don't think there's any bat involved. Given his leg buys, possibly just sliding.
Mike from wide of the crease. It's tight. It's tight. Maybe just the angle that he's bowled that ball from has led the umpire to think it's just slipping down, but only just. Yeah, this fella's job is to get Guptill on strike, Bashir Ahmed. When he was on strike previously, there was 5 men inside that 30-yard circle in the hope to keep him on strike. They haven't been able to do it twice. He's got off strike both occasions.
Great experience here from Martin Guptill, HD. That was not Bashir Ahmed calling that single to get him off the mark. That was Guptill, as soon as the ball made contact with the bat, getting the head down. Really outstanding communication. He's been in and around the team for about 5 days now. According to Kevin O'Brien, who I had a chat with last night, he really has almost taken on a paternal role with the younger players, just 21 years of age. That single was all thanks to Martin Guptill. Oh dear, now it's going to be 5 freebies. You just wonder, will Durganatsu Betty have a look at Vinay Kumar Jha and say, almost, is it going to be a no ball as well? Might have got away with one. It won't be a free hit. It will be 5 free runs to the total, though. Leru Malanthe can't do anything about that.
Whenever Guptill's been on strike, Mike has looked to go full. He's had long on in place, long off in place, and he's tried to bowl Yorkers. He's got 1 right in the over, the others he hasn't. That's gone horribly wrong.
I think he might have got away with one there, HD. Very marginal on the no ball call. 13 bowled, 91 for 3.
Yeah.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नै रोजौं.
Form now for the Biratnagar Kings. Martin Guptill, he's in, he's set, and he's striking up at over 130. Harsh Thacker to continue. Bashir Ahmed just does his job for the moment. Now, right arm off spinner. to a right-handed set batter. Is Guptill going to take Harsh Thacker on? Good running will get them a single. Are they thinking about that 160 marker now?
Well, Guptill's at the wicket, certainly. But I think from a Bolt's perspective, they need to just sort of sit here and think, well, if we can knock Guptill over here, we can still keep them under a 150 mark, because it's not easy when you just walk in.
And I was just perplexed by the decision to go back to seam with the spinners doing such an effective job and there being so many spin options. We've already seen 4 of them. Any side coached by Pabudu Dasanayake is going to have plenty of spin options. This is almost the dream scenario. Work to do in the deep and cut it off, keep it to just 2. You've got a left arm wrist spinner, a right arm wrist spinner, a right arm off spinner, and a left arm off spinner. How often do you see that? I think as the competition goes on, in particular HD, we'll see that spinners continue to... This goes up. Is this going to be a chance? Long on. I think it's the captain, nestles underneath it, and he holds on. Anil Shah's heart was in his mouth for a moment there. The spinners continue to be the ones to do the damage. They've taken all the 4 wickets to fall, and it's the big one. Martin Guptill goes.
Guptill's always going to be looking for boundaries, but he might have just opened the door here for the Bolts, because in him getting himself out here, we're in a critical time of the match. Nearly puts that down, holds on to it at the second attempt. But a fine innings. Welcome to Nepal, Martin Guptill. 55 from just 43 deliveries. It's 96 for 4.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Third over, gets the wicket that the Bolts wanted. It will bring the highly experienced Rajesh Palami-Magar to the crease, 32 years of age now. It's always kind of knocked on the door of the national side, but he's only played 6 T20Is. And now spinners come back in. Mohamed Mohsin to bowl his 4th and final over. How big a moment is this, HD? Guptill holds out to long on.
Massive moment in the game. The Kings were running away with it, but this dismissal, the Bolts will feel now that they can really strangle the Kings. 2 batters who they'll scurry between the wickets, they'll knock it around, they'll try and find holes in the field, but not going to hurt you with big boundaries.
Most of the senior Nepal side, of which Anil Shah has become back a fully established member of this year, are very good fielders, but this was, well, more than a little dicey and ropey, to say the least. He had to juggle it, but he did hold on critically. It was the big one. It was Guptill. Almost a hush over the ground as the ball hung in the air. Problem is, I don't know where the boundaries are coming from now. 1s and 2s, yes, HD. They may have to readjust their sights, the Biratnagar Kings.
Don't make excuses for the little fumble in the outfield there, but over the time here, have you seen a number of catches put down? I mean, this light is very difficult to take high catches middle of the day with a white ball.
Yeah, it's almost blinding, isn't it? We're up in the Valley of the Gods here. We're in beautiful Kathmandu Valley. I think the local players are used to it. We play so much cricket here in Kathmandu, here at the TU, across at the Mulpani, which is even higher in elevation over towards the stunning Gokarna Forest Resort. But it can be just incredibly bright. It can almost blind you. You'll see the vast majority of fielders will have sunglasses on. And the altitude, you've got to consider that too. And allow you an excuse for some of the visiting players, but the locals, not so much.
Game's just come to a little grinding halt here as just try and knock it around, try and get off strike. Just be a single. Bring up the 100 for the Kings at the conclusion of the 15th over.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
of this contest. 100 up, and it's job to do here for Bashir and Magar from here on. Martin Guptill playing a very handy innings there. 55 of 43. After missing out, so did Nicholas as well. All wickets going to spinners this morning. That's a very sharp bit of work in the field as well. That's what you need to do as a fielding side. Sridhar and Sriram sitting alongside me. What a contest, Sridhar.
Yes, Mikhail, yeah. Martin Guptill was just threatening to run away with the game. His wicket could have been the difference between 160 and whatever they get now. Magar tries to go, oh, he's gone. He's tried to go big on the leg side, but he didn't know where the ball was. The ball just ended up being near the wicket keeper, who's just happily taken the bails off. That's another wicket down for the Kings. Good, smart piece of work by the keeper. Milanta. Rajesh Magar tried to get a move on, but that was not to be. Harsh Thakur, the bowler. It's a big heave on the leg side. He's tried to run, but Milanta was sharp enough to collect the ball and take the bails off. Bit of panic from Rajesh Magar, but good sharp work by Milanta.
He walks back for one. After side back in the dugout for Biratnagar at the score of 100.
To go. Next time.
All eyes on Pratish GC, another very fine talent in the ranks of Nepal cricket, and immediately he's off the mark as well with a single towards mid-wicket. 5 wickets have fallen so far, and all of them have gone to spinners. This goes to show the impact they're having very early in this competition, Sri.
Not surprising. It was a bit sticky. Spinners came into it straight away. The left-arm spinner started off Rajabansi. Then Mohammad Mohsin and Harsh Thakur have been outstanding too. Still got 4 more overs after this. How many can the Kings get? Can they get to 150? 140 will give them a fighting total. With the altitude, it's easier to bat once you get your eye in.
Yeah, they've kept things tight. Good fielding, good stops. Just to 1, 6 and 10 boundaries. Into the 16th over. It's 103 for 5.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid.
200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Himstar for a complete home.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
It is when you have cricket in Nepal. If you're anywhere around, the TU ground in Kirtipur is your hotspot and destination. Even as Biratnagar Kings put into bat, they look to go somewhere in excess of 150, 160. Sandeep Lamichhane at the toss did mention to me that 180, 190 is what his team would be looking for. This is close again. And yes, it's another wicket. Each time he's been introduced into the attack, Lalit Rajbanshi has struck. He struck on the very first delivery in his first spell. He strikes yet again in his first delivery, in his second spell as well. That's wicket number 6.
Yeah, 180, 190 is a far cry from here. Pratish Chetri on the back foot. The ball just skidded on too quick. Rajbanshi is too good for him. Red Bull energetic movement of the match. Rajbanshi striking. Pratish Chetri gone for 2. Bowled by Rajbanshi. 103 for 6. It's 16.1.
Bit of a blip here for Biratnagar Kings. They've lost a couple of wickets in a heap at the moment. From 96 for 3 to 103 for 6. Sandeep Lamichhane, the captain, walks out.
They were 96 for 4 when Guptill got out. The scoreboard hasn't moved since then. Big ask for Lamichhane. Got to bat till the end, but also take the score to a respectable score. He's here because Pratish Chetri lost his wicket to Rajbanshi. Terrific delivery. Came in with the arm. He had no answer. Skidded off the pitch. Too quick for him. Beat him completely off the pitch. Chetri had to depart. A big ask now for the two in batters.
Well, he's got plenty of bat on this one. Oh, what a catch. Oh, wonderfully done. This man's just giving some heart attacks to the fans as well. That one once again almost popped out. Anil Kumar Saul, the second attempt, grabs another very fine catch in the deep. Another wicket falls here for the Biratnagar Kings.
Yeah, Rajbanshi's third. Bashir went for the big one. Had to do it as a left-hander, taking on the left-arm spinner. And that's another Red Bull energetic moment of the match. Look at that for a catch. He covered good ground. And then it popped out. He had the presence of mind to catch it again. Terrific strike again for Rajbanshi. Saha, the fielder. Anil Kumar Shah. Bashir Ahmed gone for 7. And it's 104 for 7 now.
Spinners wrecking havoc on day 1 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. Chris Soul makes his way out. And they've fallen apart here, Biratnagar Kings. And how well the spinners have bowled. Thakur 3 for 22. And Rajbanshi into his 4th is 3 for 22 as well. 6 wickets for 44 runs between the two spinners.
Terrific. Mohammad Mohsin was very good as well. 1 for 20 of his 4. The spinners have ruled the roost here. Big shot attempt. And a very, very good catch from Anil Kumar Saha.
Well, fair to admit that cricket has been played at the highest level here, great quality, and the relationship forever moment of the day as well in terms of the fair play that we are seeing in the middle. Goes big on this one. That's the second six of the innings. Towards the cow corner region, Lamichane says, let me do this. And what a way to end the over with a Siddhartha Bank 6, crossing ropes, creating hopes. It's 1-1-1 for 7.
DHI Happier Home. Chuttai sa hai. Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
From here on, Viratnagar Kings, that last hit was a decisive blow by Sandeep Lamichane. 18 legal deliveries, 1-1-1 for 7, 3 wickets in hand, put into bat. Viratnagar Kings will need a move on in the final 3. It's been a very good disciplined effort so far by Janakpur bowls. 6 bowlers used, and it's time for pace now. It's going to be Kishore, was tidy in his first 2, giving away 10. Good start.
Kishore is good with the new ball. He got some swing. He's back now to close off the innings. Sandeep Lamichane, lot rests on him. If he can play shots like that, score of about 140 is not out of reach. What a shot. Siddhartha Bank 6, crossing ropes, creating hopes. Yeah, terrific shot that. He can strike a ball, Lamichane. Chris Soul plays for Scotland, can clock up to 145. At his turn with the bat now.
What's a safe score, Sri, on this surface, with the spinners creating havoc in the middle.